Hey, Tumbleweed here. You know, the good guy with the black hat. Yeah, welcome to Tumbleweed Talks. I invite you to partake of my musings, ranging from finding the meaning in life to your relationship with God to how we might rise above the things that impact our lives. This video is the third in a series on the meaning in life. Now, one of my favorite biblical books, and could be yours too, is Proverbs. It's got great sayings in it, a lot of wisdom there. And in Proverbs 4:13, we're advised, I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Great words. As I've mentioned in a previous video, success is measured not in monetary riches, but in the value of the significance that we bring when life assets grow and our liabilities are eliminated. Tumbleweed has heard said that one of the worst personal disabilities you can have is a bad attitude. Think about it. Think how infectious a bad attitude is. It can permeate every fiber of life. I'd venture to say that, nary a day goes by in which we are not at least tempted to grumble about something. The first grumble in the morning could just be trying to crawl out of bed and face a tough day. Perhaps your spouse is in a bad mood and complains about a chore you failed to carry out. Ugh. This in turn may carry over as you walk into your office and learn that you missed an important meeting because you entered the wrong time on your calendar. Darn. The common denominator in this sequence of poor attitude generating events is that you do have the power to turn each situation around. You have a choice. You could choose to pop out of bed with a great attitude. You can make sure you perform that chore you promised for your wife, and so on. Jesus faced tough days. In John 12:37, we learn even after Jesus had done all these miraculous signs in their presence, they still would not believe in him. Catch that. Tumbleweed suggests that a positive attitude is a strength. A good attitude is critically important to a success-driven life. One explanation of attitude is beliefs plus expectations plus coping systems. Think about that. If your beliefs are strong and positive and are aimed at meeting expectations, you will likely enjoy a pretty good attitude, and coping with life will pretty much be a breeze. But your own negativity can defeat it. It's all about positive attitude, about rising above. Just as a bad attitude can infect an organization, so too, a good attitude is infected. Knowing you have a problem with attitude is the first step to changing it. Have you noticed that when you go to your workplace with a bad attitude, the day is the pits? It really stinks. You know how that is. Yeah, nothing seems to go right. People are a pain in the neck, and the day seems interminably long. Yeah, contrast that with a day where you have a great attitude. What a difference in a good way. A bad attitude is usually manifest in hostility, which in turn usually masks some deep inner fear, some sense of perhaps loss of control, real or imagined. It can be caused by all manner of life traumas. Perhaps it was something in our youth that we've never come to terms with. It might be an unmet expectation. It might be masking some inner feeling of inadequacy or unwelcome emotion. Even what we refer to as midlife crisis is often a form of anger response to some unmet life achievement expectations. Almost invariably, fear is the greatest culprit. Yeah, fear releases the tyrant within us. We often make it worse by comparing our progress to that of others. Yeah, that's a fool's errand. We're all unique, all on different walks along the path of life. What does it do to compare to someone else? What do we do about bad attitudes? Well, I have to admit it isn't easy by any means. We're counseled in Ephesians 4:31. Get rid of bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as Christ God forgave you. Basically, we must recognize that our bad attitude our anger and look deep within to change to a good attitude. This change requires all that we can muster out of our faith. Do you have the courage of your faith and humbleness enough to push away a bad attitude, to rise above anger, to avoid treating people in a hostile manner? Tumbleweed stresses the relationship between success and humility. Humility is defined as unpretentious, expressing a spirit of deference or submission. It is the opposite of arrogance or haughty pride. Many people would intuitively believe, thanks to the nature of our culture, that humility smacks of total submission, to giving up or giving in. Couldn't be further from the truth. As concerns success, humility is applied in the context of courage, confidence, and competence. It is connected with a self-assurance that enables a person to have pride but not be prideful, confident but not be boastful. Humility is actually a controlled condition whereby we use the strength of our conviction to avoid helpless victimhood, to rise above circumstances, to control rather than be a victim of our environment, to be empowered, if you will. Humility is a conscious effort on your part to make others feel good, whether they be family, friends, partners, employees, or customers. If success is to be measured by significance, part of the high-value outcome that is the measure of success is going to be a positive attitude. A positive attitude breeds solutions to life challenges and goes a long way to finding sought-after meaning in life. Negativity, on the other hand, breeds the excuses for failure that poison our path and distort any outcomes. You must own your negativity to ever hope to defeat it. And to defeat negativity entails you constantly striving to maintain that positive attitude. Think positive. Just saying.